Hello all. So in this video we can see how we can define the another field types. So in first two video you already seen like how we can create a basic module, and now we can see how we can define the field types in Odoo. So for that we have multiple field types in Odoo. So we can define one by one fields and we can see how it goes. So for first you already seen like we have already defined the character field and boolean field, and now we can define the integer field. For integer field we can take age, like student age. So we can define integer field which is age. Now we can move the another field type which is float. So for how we can define float field, so for defining float field we have taken fees field as a float. So we can add fields dot float, so it can define a float field over here. Now the another data type is date. So how we can define, so for defining a date we have taken a date of birth. So using this we can define a date of birth field and field type as a date. Now we can move the another data type which is date time. So we have taken a start date fields dot date time. So using this we can define a date time field, and for date time we will take two field, start date and end date. So for that we are making a start date and end date. Now we can move the another field type which is text. So for that we have taken a notes field which is we can define as a text field notes. Now we can move the another type which is HTML. So for HTML field we have taken a template fields dot HTML. So this is we define template field as a HTML field. Now we can move the another data type which is selection. So for that we have taken a gender field fields dot selection. Now in the selection how we can define, so for that we have taken first as a name and another as a string. Now we can define another selection like female and name is string as a female. Now we can define a field string which is gender. So these are the data types which we define. There are multiple another data types as well, relational field, so that we will see in the next video. For now we will see how we can check, like we already defined these are the fields which are the types of integer, float, date time. Now we can add these in the XML side. So for now we can copy the first field, and this is the form view. Under the seed, under the group, we can define another field like which we already defined. So here we can define age. Now we can move the Python side. Now copy the second field which is fees. Now we can move to the another field, date of time. So how you can easily we can copy all, move here, paste it over here. Now 1 2 3 4 5. Now we can copy this, paste it 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5. Now we can one by one copy, paste, copy, paste. So using this you can easily define. Now we can remove all these. Now you can see on the front end side, let me refresh the server. So here we are refreshing the server. Now we can go inside. Now you can see all the field which we already defined, like fees, age, date of birth, start date, end date, notes, which are already here. Now we can remove this for now and save it. Now you can see this is not looking perfectly fine. So for designing this, what we can do, we can move the form view, and you can see under the sheet we can generate one group, and under the one group we can add two groups like 1 and 2. Now we can, how many fields over here, so we can copy the first 4 field and paste it in a one group, and the another fields paste it in a second group. Now we can remove the all the groups. Now you can see what I already did, like under the sheet we have defined one group, and under the one group we have defined the two different group. Now when we refresh the server and go to the form view, so you can see this is looking good. So using this technique you can define multiple fields with the different data types, and you can design the form view as well. Now we can go to the list view. So here you can see there are only two fields over here. Now if you want to define these all are the fields in the list view, so how you can do it? So for that we just need to go to PyCharm, and you can see the tree view over here, and under the list view there is only two fields are there, name and active. And now if you want to define all these fields, so you just need to copy the field, copy all the fields which we already defined in a form view and paste it. Now copy the list, press Ctrl Alt L, so it will define in a proper way. Now we can go to the terminal, refresh the server, and when we are trying to go to list view and refresh it, so now you can see all the fields which we define in the form view, it exists in a list view. So using this technique you can define all the fields in the Odoo. And now in the next video we will see how we can define the relational field. So thanks for watching.